Welcome, Internet Nomad. This is my own game tale of the Chop Suey of Rachel Foster. Now, quick trigger warning for this game. This game's about grooming and suicide. I want to warn people, this isn't a fun story. Like the title suggests, it's surrounding issues that are very touchy. I'm going to use the phrase Chop Suey in place of suicide, not just because I'm a System of a Down fan, but to keep this video from being too serious. The game opens with your mother's will. She wants you to sell the family hotel and use the funds to pursue your dreams. You play as Nicole, and she wants to wrap this up quickly. The backstory to this family is that 10 years prior, Nicole's mother left her father after discovering he was having an affair with a teenager. The teenager in question is the title character Rachel Foster. She was groomed and impregnated by the father. She committed chop suey before giving birth. Nicole obviously has bad memories of the hotel and wants to get this over as soon as possible. Unfortunately for her, the weather stops her from leaving, and she has to wait out the storm for days. Through a radio telephone, a young female agent named Ivan guides the player through the process and keeps Nicole company as Nicole begins to suspect there is more to the story of Rachel Foster. Now, before I go into spoiler territory, this game is infamous for how it portrays these serious topics. Just look at the countless Steam reviews the story is dumped on for how it handles the sensitive material. My takeaway is that the whole story is kinda messed up. You're not supposed to take a side. The main character loves her father, and that overshadows her stance on the horrible things he had done. This struggle is hard to grasp, and the game does a poor job communicating her real views. Nicole is trying her best to see her father in a positive light, which causes people to think she supports her father even though he's a monster. Also remember that all these horrific events with Rachel Foster happened when both Nicole and Rachel were 16. She was too young to process what was happening. She admits in the story that she was a jealous kid at that point who wanted her father's attention and despised Rachel because of the affair. Like I said earlier, this isn't a fun game. It is a story about a taboo subject and shows how it affects Nicole. I don't think any character's perspective should be seen as right or good. Okay, spoilers. Ivan walks you through the hotel. For some reason, he's always ready and on call. Strange occurrences happen in the hotel constantly. The phone magically rings and gives a foreboding message. There's a room that is designed as a child's bedroom. Nicole thinks this is Rachel's room. Early in the game, the player is introduced to a part of the hotel that is under construction. Once the game gets even more intense, the roped-off area is open. Ivan's room is discovered. He isn't a FEMA agent, and he's behind the events of this game. He has been faking everything to get Nicole to solve the mystery. The big plot twist of this game is that Ivan is Rachel Foster's younger brother. He traps you in the hotel to uncover the truth about his sister. I don't know how much he knows, but it seems like he set up everything. It turns out Rachel was murdered. Your mother killed her with a hockey stick and threw her body down a mountain with a fake chop suey note. After all this is revealed, Ivan leaves the hotel, where it is assumed he commits chop suey. The game ends with Nicole about to commit chop suey herself. This is where I understand that her world became too difficult to handle. She began thinking her father was the bad person, but now knowing her mother was just as bad, she tries to suffocate herself on carbon monoxide in the car. You have a choice to let her die or turn off the car. I chose to turn off the gas. I saw someone on Reddit not liking the ending. Basically, he thought the only chop suey in the game would be Rachel's. I think her chop suey attempt ties the story together. Nicole isn't just dealing with trauma from her father. Now the woman she looked up to, who up until that point seemed like the morally right in the situation, ended up being worse, was too much. Would I recommend this game? No, I believe this game isn't worth the experience. After playing this game, I was just hoping for something good to happen. But sometimes, realism in art is more impactful. I don't know who the target audience is with this game. Now, I'm not saying all games need to have happy endings, but I think I was left wondering, what's next? In my ending, I guess she runs the hotel, but that doesn't really end the story. I feel like maybe a nice viewing of Rachel's grave with Ivan's grave nearby. Or maybe since Nicole doesn't go through with the chop suey, maybe Ivan comes back. There's a budding romance that Ivan may be faking, but I like that ending more. The chop suey of Rachel Foster seems to be a statement piece, but I just don't understand the message. The mystery wasn't even that great. The foreshadowing was there. I liked how the paranormal aspects were teased and explained away. But I truly don't see the point of this game. I feel so uneasy making this game tale, because the tale behind this game is just depressing. I'm going to try and add a trigger warning in the description and see if I could add one through YouTube. My message is that the past shouldn't hold you down. If you're feeling horrible and depressed, seek help. It isn't a weakness to find therapy. I had to meet with a therapist almost weekly after being diagnosed with mental illness. It aided me a great deal, and no one is perfect. The pains of yesterday should not be focused on. Today is going to be better. That's my own game tale of the chop suey of Rachel Foster.